Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for coming back to the garage. We got a little work to do today. It's beautiful once again. I love these days. We got some brakes to put on. In the last video I told y'all that I was going to do a little experimenting and see if I could get the stock wheels to fit with my big brake kit that I put together. So it turned out, you know, everything worked fine on the other side, so I'm gonna go over the other side today. I got some things over here and I got my calipers over there, so let's get to it. Our car's jacked up. This side I've already done. I don't know if you can see with the light, but I've already got the calipers on there. I just got to put the rotors on there. I was just basically test fitting the caliper to see if we could do this. So we can do that. We got clearance. I'm gonna go ahead and put this rotor on here and go ahead and do the other side after that. Alright, let's check out the parts that's needed for this install. Big brake kit. CRV, these are 97 to 01 Honda CRV SUV brake calipers in front. These here are TSX brake pads 04 to 2010 Honda Acura TSX. Then we have brake rotors. These are 07 to 2011 Mini Cooper 280 millimeter rotors. So these are bigger rotors, bigger calipers. Everything about this is bigger. We're gonna go ahead and put this on this side. All you gotta do is take off the stock rotor and stock caliper and rotor and pop this one on. The only trick about it is you gotta swap the left for the right because of where the bleeder screw is. If you put them in the correct order, left on left, right on right, the bleeder screw will be pointing down and you don't want that. So we're good to go. Be right back. Good old Jimmy. I'm gonna go ahead and set this camera up and take these tires off and yeah. Alright, so this here is probably the best angle I could get for you as far as space goes in my garage. But basically, right here we got the old stock caliper. What I'm going to do is take off these bolts here, and I'm going to take off this bolt back here that connects to the brake line itself. I got my trusty brake fluid catcher right here. I'm going to go ahead and pop that off, let it drip into here. There's no fluid really in the system, so it's not going to drain out too much. I'll just get a few drops in there, but it'll keep it off the floor. And I'll take this caliper off and we'll pop the other one right on here with no problem. You'll see in just a sec. these, I'm gonna use a wrench, get to the back bolts back here that hold this bracket on, and then take that off, we'll be done. Here we got a little size comparison real quick. This is the old one, and this is the new one. Look how small that one is. Actually, that's kind of big because that was the GSR one. And this is the new CRV. I'm gonna probably clean these up. I'm gonna take them back off later on and get these cleaned off and painted or powder coated, whatever. But I'm gonna get those taken care of eventually. These old ones, I'm gonna clean them up and just set them to the side and maybe use them on another build later on. Got these old Brembos over here. They're still in good shape, just got a little bit of surface rust on them. I can get that off, and those are still good. These pads are still brand new. They still got plenty of life, so I can put these to the side with the calipers and use them later on something else. So we got that off. Yeah, they're all rusty. I'm gonna take these off eventually and clean them up also. But for now, all I gotta do is slap the new rotor on here and a new caliper, and we'll be good to go. So I forgot to mention a very important part of this whole situation. These right here. Let's see. These are from Alethea, however you pronounce that, Motorsports. These are just the shims, right? These go in here, around here, so that way we don't get any vibration and shaking going on, because this is not an exact fit. So they came up with these shims that are measured perfect to go around your stud and fit in between here and your stud, so that way you don't get any shake. So I'll show you that in just a second when I put this on. Alright, hopefully you can see what I'm talking about, but in between the stud and the brake rotor, you can see the little shim in there. There we go. That way the rotor doesn't wobble. And I forgot these weren't gonna line up with the screws, so I can't really put a screw in there and fasten it and, you know, make it all nice and tight, but we're good to go. Let me put this caliper on here. that was a pain in the ass. So I had to take this apart. I was gonna try and put the whole thing on there because it doesn't have pads and then take it apart, so I didn't have to struggle with these bolts. But I couldn't get it on there. It was being a pain, so I could, you know, turn the camera off, and here we go. Now, after a little bit of fighting with this thing, I've got the bracket on, I've got the pads on, but I noticed that the heat shield back here, or dust shield, rubs a little bit when I spin it. Let's see if I can hear it. Yeah, I know you hear that. So I'm gonna stop doing that so it doesn't gouge it up or anything on the back, but I'm gonna have to probably take that off and trim it down so that way this piece here is not touching my rotor. So, be back. Alright, so I'm back. Did a little bit of surgery. Had to cut a nice chunk off right here. Hit it with a little bit of spray paint because I wanted to kind of seal up the little edge where I sprayed, but I'm gonna let that dry. I'm gonna go ahead and put my rotor back on, and hopefully we don't scrape anymore, because what I think was scraping was right here, and now that whole chunk is missing, so I think we should be good. Be right back. Houston, we still have a problem. Damn, the bottom of it is still scraping. Top clear and fine, but I still hear a little bit of rubbing. I'm gonna stop that again because it is touching a little bit. I hear it barely. I'm gonna have to take this back off and cut another piece off the bottom of that. Hopefully this dryer back here is not messing up my audio. It seems like I'm always doing laundry when I'm trying to record something. So let me take you over here and possibly show you. Oh gosh, the cat too. Everybody's trying to mess up audio today. So this one, I've got to cut the top off back here that the heat shield is rubbing, and I'm gonna have to cut off the bottom part because it's doing the same as the other side. So tell them hello. Go ahead. All this noise. Yeah. Somebody come get this cat. This cat. Love you. Why? Anyway, I took them off, well, took the rotors off, and it's still rubbing in here. So I gotta take this whole shield off, but I gotta take the hub off to gain access. Let me take that brightness down. I gotta take this whole hub off to get access to the screws back there. So we're probably gonna halt this project because I do have hubs, I have bearings, I have studs. All I gotta do is take this whole assembly off, get all that popped out, and get these plates taken off. So we're probably gonna pause on this operation right here, put everything back together just for the meantime until we decide to take it all apart. So be right back. So now that I have figured out what my issue is with the brake situation, I got some options. Since I got the car already up on jack stands, I might as well just go ahead and push back this tuning and get this suspension in the front all taken care of. I got a bunch of suspension stuff in the back that needs to be installed, and I need to get these hubs replaced anyway, so I guess next mission is take this all apart, both sides, and get everything replaced. Well, since I forgot to make an outro or an exit, a deuce, a adios, whatever you want to call it, I'm gonna make one. Just slide it on up in here. Hit them comments, hit the likes, wherever they're at. Please, it'll help us out. Let's get these subscribers up. I'll talk to y'all later. Deuces.